when your parents are the problem. Now, we all know in psychology that a lot of psychology is about going back to childhood and looking at those early woundings and traumas that set us on the course of life where we have the issues that we have now. But one thing that is kind of taboo is to fully repattern your relationship with your parents. In my view, your parents are at the foundation of a lot of your issues. It's not about blaming your parents. It's not about going and whining to your parents about what a bad job they did. That's not helpful. It doesn't really do anything. But there is a matter of taboos. And when I say taboos, what I mean is that what I get from a lot of my clients is like, oh, I could never say that to my mom. I could never say that to my dad. And so I always say, well, why not? And what would happen? What can they do? Now, if you stand to inherit millions of dollars off of somebody, who's going to die next week, and you know that they will take away the millions of dollars if you tell them what you really think, then maybe don't tell them what you really think. Okay? I'm not saying shoot yourself in the foot just so you can have a moment of clarity with your parents, but if there are things that your parents are trying to enforce on you, and they have your whole life, once you're an adult, once you're independent, you don't need to live up to their expectations. And the thing is, so many people have a totally fake relationship with their parents that they don't really even know whether they like their parents or whether their parents like them. It's just like a play-acting relationship. And so a lot of my work with my clients is about repatterning the relationship with your parents and bringing it into a place of truth. For my straight clients, I always say, what if you were gay? What if you were gay and your parents didn't like it? Would you come out of the closet or not? And most straight people, oh yeah, definitely, I would totally come out of the closet. Okay, but you do XYZ. You swear, you drink, you have sex, you do whatever the hell you do that cannot be mentioned around your parents. Now, I'm not saying you have to talk about everything to your parents. Not at all. But I'm saying that you need to live in your own reality, and you need to be open about it with people that you feel close to. Your parents are humans like you, and now that you are an adult and they are also adults, you and them are co-adults. And so it's time at a certain point in your healing process to become an adult in that last bastion of childishness, which is your relationship with your parents. So a lot of your patterns, a lot of your insecurities, a lot of your patterns of emotional reactivity come down to this relationship with your parents. And so one thing is that you need to realize that you have to show who you are in order to be loved. If you are being fake to your parents and you are not showing them who you are as a person, really, who you are with your friends, whatever. I'm not saying that you can't be respectful and things like that, that you can't maybe clean up your language a little bit in front of your parents because it would feel weird not to, or something like that. But there are those times where you're like, I hate going to my parents because I can't cuss when I'm there, whatever, right? And in that case, when you're actually being fake to not get rejected, to not have drama, whatever, what you're doing is you're creating a foundation in your life and in your energy field of fakeness. So I've done a seminar, which I'll probably do again, called Killing Your Parents, which is not about assassinating parental figures, but it's really about becoming a co-adult, about fully realizing you are a grown-up and your parents are grown-ups. And you might love each other and not really like each other. Who knows what relationship you have, but a lot of times when you quit being fake and you quit being a caricature of yourself with your parents, you find an amazing connection. I've had hundreds of clients that I have helped to repattern their relationship with their parents as part of their overall personal transformation. And I'd say at least 90% of the time, it ends up in a closer relationship. There can be some bumps along the road, but I would urge you to think about how your behavior with your parents might be inauthentic. It might be something that you need to change. And then take it a step further and look at, how is this behavior a template for my behavior with other people? How is my fake behavior towards my parents, my catering to the expectations of my parents, not wanting to disappoint my parent, whatever your story is, how is that at the root of how you act with a lot of other people? And you might find it very connected. And the thing is, if you change this root relationship, this core relationship in your psychological makeup, it has a ripple effect that goes through all of your other relationships. And sometimes it comes down to not having a relationship with one or both parents, or a very diminished relationship. You know, some people are beyond the pale. I mean, if if somebody in your family molested you or a sibling and is unrepentant, and everybody's kind of kept quiet about it up till now, it might be something that needs to come out, and it might be something that when it does come out, it severs the relationship. And that might just be what needs to happen. And that might be where the healing is going to come in, if it's ever going to come in. So think about where you are inauthentic with your parents. And I'm not saying you have to tell them everything, every weird sexual thing you have going on in your life. It doesn't need to be revealed to your parents in detail. That would be ridiculous. But certain things do. Certain things are just lifestyle things, like you smoke, you drink, you whatever. Right? And you've been hiding it. And the thing is, most people, they know anyway. But just think about, if you could repattern your relationship with your parents, especially things that affect your career, your romantic relationships, your friendships, things that where you have a root inauthenticity with your parents, that there might be some coming out that you need to do. And it might be more liberating than you can imagine, and you might find yourself in a situation where you're giving love to your parents and receiving love from your parents on a whole new level. I can help you go through that experience. I can walk you through that either in person in the LA area or by phone. All you have to do is email me at andysway@yahoo.com and make sure to give me your name, your phone number, and I'll get back to you and we'll set something up. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.